Okay, so here we are for the battle against Dell. Really looking forward to this one. He does have a scary, scary team, especially for my my draft in particular. I don't have a great deal for Landorus, and I don't have a great deal for the Chi-Yu. I also struggle to break Rotom Wash just a little bit. If my I would say Hatterene, it's not a Hatterene, it's a Serena. If my Serena gets burned, I might be in for a bad time. Now, my plan was to lead off with Mew, because I felt like he's going to lead off with Azelf and try and set up rocks. I think that's almost certainly the case. I guess if he leads off with Chi-Yu, it's not the end of the world because we do have a Roaring Moon, which can somewhat switch in, I guess, on Chi-Yu. It is my best answer on my entire draft because, you know, both Toxapex and Tauros get absolutely smashed by a Psychic. So we're going with the Roaring Moon, because what else am I supposed to go with here? Like, I guess he could be running Terra Blast, and that would actually be a problem for me. But we do have Assault Vest Lando. Yeah, I'm going to lock this in. Hopefully we see an Azelf lead. Azelf would be the best lead, because I think he probably tries to taunt me, and that's why we're Mental Herb. We're actually 0-1, I think, against Dell. I don't think we've beaten him. I think the only time actually we faced him was last season in BBR, and he was one of our two losses in the entire season. So, actually leads off with the Lando. This could also set up rocks. Like, that would also make a lot of sense. No, not my not my attack on my special attacking Mon. Stealth Rock is very important for me in this game, so I will just go for a Stealth Rock. He's probably going to be quicker. He is actually going to Terra. Huh. We're fairly bulky on Mew. By fairly bulky, I mean probably not bulky enough to actually be too fine against this Landorus, but still. Are you quicker than us? No. Good to know. So he is very, very bulky on this. This is probably like fully defensive, if I had to make an assumption. He goes for a U-turn. That doesn't do a lot. So yeah, looks to be very defensive. Probably see the Chi-Yu come in. I, for one, would be shocked if Chi-Yu came in on my Mew. Where's Leaf Storm? Oh, it's because I changed to Leaf Storm late. Leaf Storm does a good amount. What in the fuck is that? Okay, that's that's a Chi-Yu. I'm glad I got the rocks up, because it is in fact not enjoying the rocks. So I will just go out into my one and only switch in. We are Lumberry in case. Yep. In case he goes for a Will-O-Wisp, because that could also be a way in him for him to try and stop me. At +1, we do kill this with a Dragon Claw quite easily, unless he's like fully physically defensive. If he goes for 2 overheats, we should live. He goes for the Wisp. Yeah, that's what I thought. We are Lumberry though, so it's all good. Calculated. I think I just want to go for a Dragon Dance. I know it's greedy. It's very greedy. But I kind of want to do it anyway. I kind of do. I guess worst case scenario, he stays in. But I think the fact that he's... My Earth Powers are now... they aren't free at all. What am I saying? They're not free. There's 2 Levitators and a Flying type. Earth Power could not be any less free, in as a matter of fact. What comes in on this? Maybe a Rotom. I could see Florges coming in as well. I could also see him just clicking Willow again. I'm going to go Dragon Dance. If he stays in Willows, he stays in Willows. But yeah, I was going to say, he must fear the Earthquake. Do you see Lando? McDavid? That's Lando, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. Good to know. Still, he's going to take those rocks. I am going to DD. This almost forces him to attack me. But what does he go for if he attacks? Maybe like Earthquake seems pretty free. He's lefty. It's good to know. Because he's like, I assume, fully physically defensive on this Lando. We are doing no kinds of damage to it. Yeah, we are doing literally nothing to this. Do I want to Go out into my... Yeah, I think I'm just going to go out into you. You don't take hits particularly well, but knowing this is physically defensive, it's a little bit better. If you are intimidated, you would do around a third with Earthquake. Best case scenario is he goes for a U-turn. Yeah. That's going to do very, very little. He does get Rotom in now. If Rotom comes in, I could just pivot into Mew. But we go around in a big circle because he ends up getting Rotom. Yeah, he ends up getting Rotom in. This is the Rotom. He would end up getting his Chi-Yu back in, but then Chi-Yu would take rocks. So is that the worst thing in the world? I don't think it is. I don't think that's that bad. And I would quite like to get T-Spikes up now. I could also expect a Willow to come off. It's either Willow or Volt Switch. Which one do I think it is? I don't mind if Chi-Yu wants to come back in, because it's always taking that hazard chip. So I will go into my Mew. And I don't think that Rotom can do too much. But maybe it's like a... Okay, he Wisps. Yeah, that's like the best case scenario for me. Because now I get my T-Spikes. And I do not care at all about this thing being Wisp. By Wisps, I mean burned. Because now actually he's burned as well. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you and your leftovers. You get no recovery. Quite literally have set the washing machine on fire. That's impressive. I'm surprised I haven't done that in real life. So yeah, now T-Spikes will go up. And he may think that T-Spikes aren't that bad, but Lando is now grounded. The Florges is grounded, the Chi-Yu is grounded. And if Chi-Yu goes down, then that opens up my Roaring Moon to be a little bit more offensive. He may just go for an attacking move, honestly, next time that it comes in. He's got to worry about hazards because of, you know, the fact that they kind of fucking... Yamamoto, that is going to be the Azelf. Okay. I don't mind that too much. Do I want to get 2 layers of T-Spikes up? I think I might actually want to do that. Like, he could taunt me here, or he can Shadow Ball. There's a few things that he could do. I do still have a couple of mons that can somewhat deal with this. I don't care too much about rocks going off on my side because I do have spin. I could Ice Beam this for damage, but honestly, is that damage even going to be worth it? Because it will do like maybe 2? Oh no, actually it does like 30%. That's respectable. Do I want to get up a second T-Spike though? That is the main question here. Do I want to get up a second T-Spike? Or do I want damage? I think I want damage. The second T-Spike I think is less necessary. He is going to Stealth Rock. Quite happy to get this damage off. Potential for freezes as well. I wanted to say it just in case. You never know. Leaf Storm should do a lot. Should do actually a good amount. I'm just going to go for a Leaf Storm. If he goes into Lando or into Rotom, then that puts us in a really good spot. Like, really good. And it will do about 50%-ish to this. Or just under. So put it in range of rocks. He could also just kill me here. If he is any kind of offensive, he will probably kill me with Shadow Ball. He explodes. Gotcha. Well, good night, Azelf. Mew goes down. Honestly, I will take that trade. I will take that trade any day of the week. Do I want to just go into Avalugg here? It's one of the sentences of all time. I could go Avalugg. I could also go into Serena. Serena's pretty good. We'll go Avalugg. We'll go Avalugg. Nuge, that is the Rotom. Ideal. Hopefully he doesn't try and Willow this. Why is he so small? He is absolutely tiny. That is the smallest Avalugg I have ever seen in my life. I did not expect that. There's part of me that just wants to Mirror Coat. Do I need to Mirror Coat? I mean, not really. But at the same time, half my mons are physical. He probably goes for a Willow, and that makes me really want to go out into my Lando. But that's absurdly risky, right? That's just ridiculous. I mean, if he burns me, it's the same situation, except for I wouldn't have my Sturdy. Ah, fuck it, we're clicking Mirror Coat. We bring the tech. You fucking love to see it. Yeah, you put me down to 1 HP and get absolutely destroyed by this Mirror Coat. Get the fuck out of here, Rotom. You know what? That worked out so much better than I was expecting it to. But we take those. We definitely take those. That's one of his... actually 2 of his immunities gone. And by immunities, I mean ground immunities, of course. And we are Assault Vest, so we should be able to take a hit from Chi-Yu. Which could be Scarfed. But I doubt it, because I think he may have gone... would he have gone for a second Will-O-Wisp on my Roaring Moon? It would have been too risky when he had switch-ins in the back. He just goes into this. Okay, well, you get poisoned now. Which is very, very nice. Intimidate, how dare you. Man, if only Kostap was in the game. That would have been absolutely heat here. But regardless, we might as well just let the Avalugg go down. He can do whatever. Okay, U-turns actually. U-turn is probably the best case scenario for me. So... getting distracted by Discord. This is why I don't have Discord open when I play, normally. I better check my recording's still going, because I have been known to not do the thing when the thing should be getting done. So this gets poisoned. That is very nice for me. Now who do I want to go out into? I could Terra Steel my Roaring Moon. I could very well do that. What's he got left? He's got Florges, he's got Landorus, he's got Chi-Yu, and he has got one other mon in which I'm blanking. Let's have a quick look at the prep doc and it will jog my memory. Salamence. Salamence is the other one. So, Salamence is looking a little bit more threatening. I think honestly I just go out into Landorus. I don't think there is any real downside to this, because, you know, we are Assault Vest, so we should be able to take any one hit from this without much of an issue. And Sludge Bomb does seem pretty free. Unless I am just blanking on some coverage or whatever that this mon gets. Which I don't think I am. Granted, we aren't actually that offensive, so we probably don't do a great deal. Probably don't do... you know what, that's respectable damage. If it's physically defensive, we'll do 37 to 44. I don't expect it to be physically defensive, but we can hope. We can definitely hope. It's going to stay in. It's going to take basically nothing. Draining Kiss does absolutely nothing back. This is certainly an interesting situation we find ourselves in. He's probably going for a Draining Kiss again. If that's the case, I could go out into Serena and fire off a Power Whip. And I think that's actually what I want to do. I think I want to go for that. Because he might go for a Wish here. If he goes for a Wish, then we're in a fine spot. Because, yeah, we would just Power Whip this thing. I guess I also could possibly just click Rapid Spin here and get rid of the rocks. That's going to do nothing to me. I think I do want a Rapid Spin. I don't think it's Scarf Ments. It could be Scarf Ments the way he's playing it. If we don't see Intimidate, then it's Scarf Ments, and then we start to worry a little. But I will just Rapid Spin. Get rid of these hazards. Do a decent amount of damage to whatever wants to come in as well. This does beat Landorus, potentially. U-turn will do a lot, but we actually might be quicker. What's our speed on... It was MEW. MEW was 241. I'm pretty sure we're faster on Serena. Yeah, 242, so we should outspeed. And do we see a Wish? Just a Moonblast. Okay. That did a lot of damage. That did in fact do a lot of damage. If I lose this, do I lose to Lando? I shouldn't do. Theoretically, I shouldn't. I could Rapid Spin again, guaranteeing I outspeed. But, like, Salamence comes in, right? Salamence should always come in. Salamence comes in, I don't have a great switch into it. Actually, I do have Tauros that should be okay. Depending on whether it's physical or special, it should be okay. Yeah, I'll just Rapid Spin again. Pick up the disrespectful Rapid Spin kill. Now we're at +2. We can literally just U-turn on whatever we want. Just trying to think out what my endgame is. I think Lando at this point actually looks really, really good. It just depends entirely on what his Salamence set will be. If we are intimidated by Salamence, I do expect it to be McDavid. Okay. Power Whip should do a lot to you. We are Miracle Seed. Not something you hear every day. We've been intimidated. But you are water type. It's doing a good amount of damage. But I could also preserve this, right? Do I need to preserve it? It's kind of just here for this. So yeah, I'll just power it. Yeah, it's going to go down to the poison. He turns out. So it's either going to be Salamence or it's going to be Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu will come in, it will get poisoned. My own Roaring Moon now should be able to deal with anything. My own Roaring Moon, in fact, probably is in position to do some things and some stuff. We don't know whether he is or isn't a setup variant. I think my play here is probably just to go into U, Terra Steel, and then DD, but do we live an Earthquake from this mon? That is the question. Do we live an Earthquake? Because that will change everything. Salamence. If it is offensive, we will live one. Unless he is Choice Banded. We would live one. So always go out into you. I will Terra, because then you'll hit me with a move that is not Stab. And I will click Dragon Dance. He may expect me to be flying. But we would just win at +1. Like, literally, it's just, that's the game done at +1. He has boots, so he's not even... did I need to risk that? Potentially didn't, but it doesn't make any difference. At the end of the day, it doesn't make any difference. I click Dragon Dance no matter what. Because he's boots, even if he's adamant, we are fairly bulky. We should live Earthquake. And from there, Dragon Claw will knock us out because, like I said, he is boots. Not going to be Haban or anything like that. Lando dies to rocks. Chi-Yu will die to Dragon Claw. So, yeah, we're just going to Dragon Dance. Prevent any shenanigans from going on that potentially could go on. And we are going to see Dual Wing Beat. So we're going to take that just fine. And yeah, Roaring Moon should now just see out the game. There's no reason why it shouldn't. Just going to go for the Dragon Claw. I'm so glad that the techs have worked out. Going to Hazard Spam with Mew it's really helped. I don't think you get the Intimidate off, sir. I think you just die to rocks. Yeah, you just die to rocks. So the Intimidate does not go off. I think he probably was hoping, praying, maybe it would. But Mew picks up the KO there instead of Roaring Moon. But that was always going to happen, right? Imagine making my Dragon Claw fail. How dare you? Yeah, we should be good now. This thing definitely does not live. Definitely does not live. The rocks damage on this, in the end, didn't really matter. You would absolutely murder me with anything if it was somehow quicker. But Dragon Claw will pick up the KO here. Yep, even if it was physically defensive, it will kill there. And it's just Salamence left. And I assume that Salamence didn't have Intimidate, because he would have surely gone into it to intimidate me, right? He did not. Okay, so this was like Dragon Dance himself, I think. And I think that's a 3-0? Question mark? It's a win. That's a crit. Crit definitely mattered. Salamence is known to take +1 Dragon Claws from Roaring Moon. So yeah, definitely that was game-changing. Was it a 3-0? I think it was 3. I think we still had Tauros, we had Roaring Moon, we had one of them on. That I can't remember. But Serena put in the work, Mew put in the work. Hisui and Avalog, I'm sorry you are getting traded away after this game. But, you know, you love to see when a Mirror Coat tech works, and that certainly worked in this game. But GG to Dell. That was a really fun one. I'm sure he probably, despite the loss, thought that was a fun one as well, because it was very much hacks free. Albeit I did kind of just set up hazards and go from there, but it is what it is. That was the game plan. And he did explode on my Mew. Take that how you will. Make sure to go check out Dell. He's a really great guy. Can't speak. And he'd really popped off earlier in this year. So make sure to check him out, as well as the other coaches for the BBR this season. If you enjoyed Battle, please do a like, subscribe. We have BBR, we have PBA, ICP, and PPL. Too many leagues, for sure. But there's plenty of Draft League content, so make sure to sub for that. And until the next one, have a great day, guys. Peace.